How's it going?
It's going good. How's it going with yous?
I'm exhausted because we had to go to the mall twice this week.
Right? Just that sentence sounds exhausting.
Oh, I know. I'm tired. My muscles hurt.
I had to go to the mall twice.
In 1 week, though. In 1 week, back to back. Too much.
I can't even go to the mall once. That's exhausting.
Yeah,
I guess 2 times.
I'm glad to be back in like my little purple room. You know, talking to people that aren't there. You guys, you're my screen. You're my TV
invisible people. Yeah.
So yeah, that's my week.
Jessica, what are you drinking tonight?
I am drinking a bottle of Girls' Night Out.
Yes,
and
from the bottle.
From the bottle because all my wine glasses are missing. I don't know where they went. I have champagne glasses, and I thought about it, but they're like too small and like narrow.
Yeah, they're
weird to drink.
So like
yeah.
So
they're here
wide,
I am drinking it.
Yes, good girl. That's amazing.
From the bottle tonight.
Yeah.
Saunya, what are you drinking?
Water. Listen, I got a lot of weed gummies, so it's kind of the same thing. I just I need to stay hydrated. And Marie?
I'm drinking Diet Cranger Ale again. This is I only have 2 cans left, and I'm panicking because I'm scared they're not going to have any more when I go to Walmart. So I'm gonna
no, that's such a good idea. If I run out of water, I have a case behind me.
Yeah,
the whole case just for me.
Can you send over?
I'm the only one drinking tonight. I'm drinking a bottle of wine.
Mm-hmm. That was me last time. We had a really good drinking word.
Damn it. Okay.
But okay. I'm already wasted, so it's fine.
It's fine. Okay. I'll catch up then.
Good. I've had a great few days, which is a lie. They haven't actually been great a few days.
That was sarcasm, folks.
That was sarcasm. Yeah. So like we were mistreated at the hospital. And then I left because we weren't getting the treatment we went there for. And then the hospital called Child Protective Services on me. And that was fun. So now they're in my life. For regular visits.
Yeah.
It's so, yeah, like it's, I mean, in New Brunswick, it's ridiculous. But in Ontario, it's also ridiculous. Like, I had the school threaten to call CAS on me if I didn't take my son to the hospital when he was like talking about killing himself or whatever. And he was having like his brain he was having a bunch of seizures. So he didn't even remember what he was saying. It was almost like tics.
Yeah.
And because he was having like 200 seizures. But they were all like half a second. So it was just like and we took him so we had to go take him to the hospital, and they like see him and they're like, there's nothing, like we can't do anything. Yeah. Like, and so we're like, great, that was a great 8 hours. Yeah. Just to make sure CAS wasn't called. Like, it's so ridiculous because we're just parents trying to get help, and it's
penalized. It's the parents not looking for help that you should worry about.
Yes.
Like that's but they were lovely people. Like, they were so sweet. My house is trash because we've been dealing with Danica's mental health. Like, we have zero energy to do anything. And they're just like, oh, it's fine. Don't worry about it. That's not why we're here. We're not housekeepers. We don't care. I was like, I care. Like, yeah. But they're like, it's fine. They were so sweet. And then they're like looking for like stuff for Kara, which is on a wait list for therapy for adults, which takes a lot longer because there's less services for adults. So they're like, we'll see what we can do on our end, see if we can push it through. Like, they were like super sweet. It's just the fact that now, now I have to have friends that I didn't want to have. It was forced friendship.
Yeah, no, that sucks. That's definitely a tough week. That's one reason I'm surprised you're not drinking, to be honest.
Well, yeah, but super high. So like I need to like be able to record. So if I like
Yeah, true.
drink too, I'll pass out, and then it'll just be like.
That would be a funny episode, I think. Me and Don like write beats to your snores, you know, start dropping bars,
Making raps.
Yeah.
and you're just in the background going.
So there you go.
There we go. Content idea. Knock Saunya out and record. Perfect.
That's perfect.
Saunya, what's our subject and drink word?
Okay, so our topic is, if you were forced to live on a 10-minute block of your life over and over again, what 10 minutes would you choose? And then the word is, well.
Well.
I feel like that's a word we say often. Like, well then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, 10 minutes is like a hard chunk of time because there's like whole years I would love to like do, or like a month, or like a week,
Or a day.
Yeah, like a whole day.
10 minutes.
10 minutes. It's not a lot of time.
One of my orgasms, we can just replay that over and over.
Just one of them? Just one every 10 minutes?
The most intense one I've had, just over and over again.
But how do you sleep?
I'm having an orgasm. Like,
every 10 minutes. So you're going to eat through it?
Sure. That's
But like, were you eating through it in it? Like, it's 10 minutes, so it doesn't matter. You start over.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought it was just like, okay, yeah.
There's a glitch in the Matrix.
I would get bored.
Yeah, but you wouldn't know you're getting bored.
Yeah.
So your like memories gone too?
Again. Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, you know what? You know, like, in
like
Lucifer,
I was picturing it
like
where
how
like you knew there was a loop.
Yeah.
That's how I pictured it. It's like no matter what, 10 minutes went back, but you started at this point in your life.
Oh,
that's how I was.
You don't get to change it.
No. It's just like you know where the loop is starting.
Yeah.
And like I just figured that is like in my head. I was remembering that I knew I was in a loop in my head.
Yeah. Okay.
No. I'm just saying for my
for your loop, you know you're in a loop.
I know I'm in a loop. That's how I chose my 10-minute spot. Someone like threatened me and they're like, we're putting you in a loop. Pick that time, you know, and then that's how I knew. I don't know your guys' loop stories on how you got into your loops.
Oh, but that's yours.
This is mine.
Mine is
Mine
like
just happened.
The guy in charge of my game just picked me up and put me back to where I'm put.
He just keeps saying new game.
Yeah.
And he just keeps going back to
last save point. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick, there's this one time I was able to do a roller coaster and I wasn't afraid. I think I was like 14. Like there was one point. So I have general anxiety disorder. So like I'm scared the worst case scenario all the time. But there was this one time I was able to do a roller coaster and I didn't freak out. I wanted that
to keep going. Yeah. Get that feeling.
Yeah, I want to go back and I will repeat that one.
I don't want to say something cheesy like my wedding day or something.
That was only 10 minutes of your wedding day.
Yeah, but I had some awesome 10 minutes in my wedding days. Like my wedding day was awesome. I'm sure I could find 10 minutes. When we all did the cha-cha.
Oh, the cha-cha.
Everybody get funky, you know, we're all like sliding and I went all the way to the ground in my white wedding dress. Yeah. That was, you know.
It's on camera somewhere.
Okay, this is one of the this is so bad. Not my like big moments in my life, but one of like my happier moments that I remember was like I used to do competitive improv. In my first year of improv, there was only like 5 of us. Like if any of us got sick, we couldn't compete. Like we were the smallest team like in the competition. Yeah, we would just forfeit. Like we were. Because it was like between 5 and like 8 players or whatever. And it's competitive improv. And it was our first year competing in regionals because they had regionals, you know, like Glee type stuff. And we ended up making it to finals like our first year, like the finals of regionals. We didn't end up winning regionals, but we got 5th place out of like 15 teams in our first year. And 10 minutes means I could re-perform 2 improv scenes because they're only 4 minutes long.
Yeah.
And I loved performing like improv in front of hundreds and hundreds of people and like being like, whoa, you know, the underdogs and like winning. That feeling of being like the underdog and winning, I would live off that for the rest. Like that'd be fine to replay.
That's your kink. It'll
Yeah.
be perfect.
Yeah, oh my god, it literally is. It all goes back to I need praise. Yeah.
You got cats meow and take a drink.
Did any of us say the word?
Not yet, but
Okay.
just drink anyway.
I feel like I'm gonna miss it though.
Probably missed it already.
We always miss it. We always miss it. Do you have any other 10 minutes, Domri, or just you're like a pig? You just want to do all day, every day.
Like maybe like enjoy like a steak dinner for 10 minutes over and over again.
Like the best steak you've ever had.
Yeah, like the best.
The best.
I would rewatch the first 10 minutes of Jersey Shore for the first time. Like that feeling of watching it for the first time. Because what the fuck? Have you guys ever seen Jersey Shore?
Yeah, I've watched.
I've only seen like trailers and stuff.
Oh my god, I'm addicted. I can't help it. I'm watching them in their new seasons because there's new seasons of the same cast from Jersey Shore, and I'm still watching it, and I can't help. Like I think that's my what is it, like a bad habit? Or
yeah.
Was it
Isn't it like your comfort?
Yeah, it's like weird. I'm ashamed. Yeah, I'm ashamed of it though. It's like I'm
you're ashamed of it.
Yeah, you know, like I hate.
You're guilty. You're guilty.
Yeah,
pleasure.
guilty pleasure. That's what.
Yeah.
I hate that I love Jersey Shore and probably could just pick a 10 minutes of Jersey Shore and that would be fine. And any 10 minutes,
watch
really.
It.
Just watch it. Just
watch it.
I mean, if you're reliving 10 minutes, whether you remember or not, you're never gonna accomplish anything, especially if you remember and you can't change anything.
Yeah.
Like you're never gonna accomplish. Yeah. So if you're reliving it, might as well something like lazy and enjoyable.
Like a best nap. Just nap.
Just nap forever.
Oh yeah, it'll be Sleeping Beauty.
Oh my god, my eye.
The best.
Ugh.
Are you twitchy?
No, it just keeps watering and it hurts.
You got something in it.
I might.
She's just really emotional about all that coming.
And steak eating.
Orgasming while eating steak.
Oh my god, that's like a dream right there.
I wouldn't be able to multitask. That's not something I would be able to do.
I have trouble with 69 because of that. I can't multitask.
Right? I'm like, wait, I can't enjoy and work at the same time.
I'm like holding all my body up with like my one arm because I'm using my other arm. I'm like shaking. I can't like focus on what I'm doing and also enjoy what you're doing. Back there is also for you. Like that's what it is. They just want it in their face at the same time. So it's also for them.
Yeah. Right. You might as well just get a book.
Yeah. I make sure something's good on TV while
exactly
right in front so I can just watch. Yeah.
You know, like when you're working out and you're like, oh, like I should watch TV to like so it doesn't feel like torture.
Yeah,
that's what you do. Jersey Shore and just
there you go. That would be Chris's 10 minutes.
There you because he likes Jersey Shore too. How would he watch it? You would need mirrors for his
he's more
vision.
of an audio guy, so I think just like listening is fine enough for him.
Oh, okay.
He'll just have his headphones on, you know, so he can really hear what's going on.
That's perfect. What's 10 minutes you wouldn't want?
Childbirth.
Right,
Yeah.
any childbirth. I'd pick Poop Madness. That's not a 10 minutes. I want this.
I was going to suggest that for you. You don't want poop madness.
That's a poop madness.
Anytime I've ever had the flu, don't want that.
There's a lot of moments in my life I don't want to read.
Yeah. Every fight I've ever had, I don't want that. I don't want any like responsibility in those 10 minutes. If I have to loop them forever, like I want to be able to at least relax a bit. Like I want to constantly be working for the rest of whatever.
Yeah. Why?
Like
what is your cat doing?
I don't know. He's so hyper today. Like he's 12. I don't know.
He looks like he's about to eat you. Like he's
after the drawstring.
Look at his face. He's like, I'm gonna get it.
He's so sad. I don't know what it is. My cat's a little needy today, so if you hear him, he's
gonna be talking
right up in your face. He's like, you better pay attention.
He's like, I'm gonna tell you my best 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, like I've had him for almost 9 years now, and he's like 12 now, so he's getting there. But yeah, I don't know. He's been hyper lately, so just at night though. He sleeps all day. He's my nighttime cat.
All day. I want to sleep all night too. Just like a solid sleep would be nice. Yeah.
Well, okay, so that's the question. If you choose like napping or sleeping for your 10 minutes, are you theoretically like dead?
Well, you're just in dream world, like
maybe like a coma, because deading
so
you
like
dream.
Yeah, okay. So you're like in like a coma. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you don't know if that 10 minutes is in like the REM cycle. So you could be in that spot where you're not dreaming for 10 minutes.
No, it has to be a dreaming part. Because
okay, so you just
a 10-minute dream can be like a whole life. Like your brain works freakishly weird while you're sleeping.
Yeah.
I guess. Like
okay, I just wanted to clarify where the sleep is. Because in naps you don't always sleep. Yeah, okay. So you want like dreamy sleep.
Dreamy sleep. Like a 5-minute dreamy sleep feels like 10 hours in my dream. Like but my dreams are so weird. It's usually like I'm hunting land whales or I can't drive. Like it's just like no matter, I'm always bad at things. Like riding a bike, I'll be bad at. Swimming, I'll be bad at. Flying, like with my wings, I'll be bad at. Like your wings. Being a mermaid, I'd be bad at. Like I don't understand why my dreams are the way they are, but like in my dream, I think I'm amazing. Like,
what if you have a nightmare? What if you have a nightmare?
My nightmares aren't that bad. So when I do have a nightmare that wakes me up, it's usually like the most scariest dream I've ever had was like an old lady staring at me, which like made me wake up in like a night sweat. Usually when I like have bad dreams with like murder and stuff, I just go with the flow. I'm like, cool. So like, it's okay. It's happening. Whatever.
I have nightmares all the time. So for me, I'd be too scared that 10 minutes would just be a recurring nightmare over and over and over again. But you
pick.
you guys didn't really answer. If it's not dream sleep, would you consider that person like brain dead?
Yeah. You need an active brain.
Well, yeah, is the world moving around you? Like, well, you're really
like, and you're not even dreaming. You're not even visualizing things in your head. So they would just be like,
well, I think
not even in a coma.
I think you still have brain activity even when you're not dreaming. Your brain's still doing stuff.
Yeah, like, but
with brain dead, it's not doing anything. Like it's still, you still need like machines to run all your organs and stuff like that. This is getting too science.
I know. I was just gonna go into like like some deep theoretical stuff, but it's like I'm just trying to think of how this 10 minutes like keeps going in a loop. Like my brain is having trouble picturing that because I keep being like, no, because someone would remember or someone outside the loop would be able, like it's
okay. Well, how about
my brain?
It's a day.
I was going to say,
it's a day and everyone's included.
Well, then that'd be my whole wedding day because that shit was fire.
You're like, yay, wedding day.
Like, even when people were being stupid, I did not even care. I don't know what it was.
Still having fun.
I was having the best day. I just like told myself that morning that I was like, shit's gonna go wrong.
Yeah.
And it's not gonna matter. Just fucking enjoy the day. Like, it was the first time a pep talk worked. The first time a pep talk
You're so good at this.
Pep talk worked.
Now it's not a real word.
That's weird for like vowels. I don't know. My mouth just didn't want to move.
We're like, no.
But yeah, so that'd be my day.
Best day ever.
And it'd end right before the fight I had with my mom at the end.
There you go.
So I wouldn't even have to relive that. That I don't even remember it, to be honest, but it happened. Apparently.
It happened. I loved the next day with the lamb. Oh my god, it was so good. Like, I've talked about this so many times. But that lamb was just like the best lamb I've ever had in my entire life, and I probably never have lamb that good. That's the 10 minutes I want to focus on. Except for
that lamb.
Except for I was eating that lamb for an hour. So like I was full and I was still going back for more lamb. So
well, that place I think is still open. So if you're ever near Toronto on a weekend, we can swing by for brunch.
What happens if the lamb is not as good as it was?
Then maybe it'll provide closure.
Oh, yeah. Maybe.
You know,
I need the closure.
It's like, okay, you know, I'll never get this lamb again. I can accept that. I can remember it as good as it was, with understanding that is as good as it gets. The end, you know?
Like an end of a relationship.
Yeah.
I'm pining over some douchebag guy who, like, in my mind was amazing.
Yeah, exactly. And then you go on one more date with him, and then you realize all the red flags are like right there.
What the fuck was I thinking?
Yeah. That's you with this lamb.
That's me, the long lost lamb.
What about you, Don? What day?
Are you picking before you had kids?
Yeah, like I'm thinking before I had my kids. Like, I don't know. Maybe my grade 8 graduation.
Ooh,
grade 8 grad.
Deep dive.
Yeah.
Deep dive.
Here's some Dawn lore. Okay, go.
Because like my mom was like alive, and like it was like her last day that she's seen. Like that we celebrated, and like before she got really sick, and I don't know, just like it was good times, and I was young, and I was pretty and skinny, and yeah, no, going with that. It was like a big accomplishment. So yeah.
All right, that's a good one.
No, that's good. I loved all those graduations. They were like, again, it's because like I'd win something. Like it's always praise. You know, I didn't realize this until you two pointed it out, and now I can't say anything that I like because it's all about someone saying I did a good job.
It's that Freud would say it's because your parents never loved you.
True.
Doesn't have to take over my life.
Maybe sometimes I want to praise myself.
Yeah, that's right. Good job. You got dressed. You're like, I did such a good job.
I get myself a little sticker chart so I can give myself stickers when I do good, like a good job. Gold stars.
There you go.
Yep.
I tried that with my kids. It doesn't work.
No, it doesn't. Stickers are like, it's cool for like 3 days. And then you're like, this is more work. Why do I have to peel a sticker?
And they're all like scratch and stiff stickers. I'm like, come on, guys. We're going to have fun with this. They're like,
no.
Fuck you.
Yeah. All my graduations. Could I just like cut them all into one day? Because that'd be fun. I just grow up and just do every 2 minutes to re-walk across the stage and have people cheer for me.
So like my grade 5 graduation, my family didn't show up.
That sucks.
My grade 8 graduation, my brother forced my mom to come. She was like miserable the whole time. My high school graduation, nobody showed up. My college graduations, I didn't even show up. Like,
At that point, it's like, why am I even going?
yeah.
For all my graduations, it was like the one day where my mom and my dad would like be in the room. So like if years went by between graduations, like my mom and my dad would never be in the room. So if I had like some sort of performance or something, I always had to like tell them, and then they would decide which one shows up. Or if there's more than one time, then they would schedule the times. They would not be in a room together. So graduations for me were always the one time. They would always sit like opposite ends of the gym.
Yeah.
But it would be there. I think the closest they got was like my high school grad, where they actually like stood beside each other, but I had a baby. So I feel like that brought us closer together for like a minute. Like a minute, you know. And then my university grad, I pretty much had to like schedule and beg them to like come. My dad had to crash at my house, and yeah. So, you know, it's like good and shitty, because then I remember how much I have to like force them to like be there, you know.
Yeah. My mom was very, if you want me involved, you have to force me.
Yeah.
And I'm a very, if you aren't going to put the energy in, I'm not going to put the energy in. Like, so like that never really worked out for us, which is a pity, because we never really got that relationship. But like my siblings would force my mom to do things, like go to all their graduations.
That was my thing. I forced my parents too much. Until,
No, like, so like my mom got a relationship with their kids and stuff because they forced it. Yeah. Which, I don't know, good for them, I guess, but I'm annoyed. But like at the same time, my personality is, if like I'm very like, meh, I'll get around to it. Like, or if like you show up, that's great, but I'm not going to ask you to.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Like
I had like a switch. Like I switched.
I switch it up. Yeah.
Well, I spent so much of my life doing the whole begging my like parents to like be involved thing. And then like 3 years after I got married, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to force it anymore. And so I haven't. And I'm fine with that now too. It took a lot of growth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You
Like,
were just always grown.
Oh, I guess. But now, like, now that I don't have like my mom, I'm like, fuck, damn it. But like, at the same time, I'm angry at her. Again, there's no closure. I'm gonna have lamb to get double closure.
We can do it. We can make it like a whole night, and we'll drink and, you know,
just eat lamb.
And talk about lamb.
Lamb. We'll get the lamb and we'll do things. We'll go to the park together and we'll go.
We'll do all the things. We'll have like a makeup, you know, like session, and
we'll have spa days together.
With the lamb.
With the lamb. That's not weird.
No.
Nothing's weird anymore.
We'll put googly eyes on it. Oh, it'll be perfect.
We'll draw a little
Will you
mouth.
be able to eat it with the googly eyes though? Like,
I can take them off. It can drop on the floor and I'll still fucking eat it. If it tastes the same as it did the day it was amazing, I don't care.
I feel like you're blowing it up too big in your head.
I know, I'm hyping it too much.
That by the time it could be the exact same lamb, it's still never going to be as good as your imagination is making it out to be.
I'm going to be heartbroken it's going to be a disappointing lamb experience.
My biggest thing about that this place is Saibo on Yonge, by the way. Just for our listeners out there that we're talking about. We probably should say that. I don't know. In Toronto. You said
it with a T.
I said Toronto and then I said Toronto.
We're getting canceled.
I'm trying to make sure that I incorporate all dialects.
That's right. You're the masses.
They had a giant cheese wheel.
They did.
Yes, they had one of those too. Yeah.
It was so big, and you just scoop the cheese out of it. And I was like, what the fuck is this magic? Like, oh my God, it's so good.
And they had an omelet station.
Yep.
They did.
And yeah. And like you just go and they make you your waffles. Not waffles.
Omelet.
Omelets. I just want waffles now. No, you go and
They had a waffle station too, so that makes sense.
there we go. Omelets, waffles, lamb, cheese, has it all. Mimosa.
I still appreciate you guys coming because no one else did. We booked this place. We booked it was a it had a main restaurant area and then like a little upstairs area. And we booked the upstairs area completely. Like we had to pay a minimum. And we told everyone about it. It was on the programs for our wedding as well. A lot of out-of-towners came to this wedding. So, we expected people to want to come say goodbye at brunch. The only people that showed up were these bitches.
and our husbands.
Husbands, a couple other people with them. So friends I had only met a year prior, and my 2 aunts.
Yeah,
neither of my parents came. None of my grandparents, none of our grandparents came. None of our other aunts and uncles came. None of our cousins came. And there was in the double digits there. No other friends came. It was yeah. And we paid that minimum. So that was the most expensive brunch I've ever eaten. I will be honest.
If it makes you feel better, I ate enough for about 15 people.
Okay, perfect.
Perfect.
Good, good.
I hurt so much later that day. But it was so worth it.
Yeah, and the mimosas were good. I remember I was just I need fucking more. This is embarrassing. It's fact it's the day after my wedding and we booked this place for 50, 60 people and there was 10 of us, not even. It's oh my god.
Yep. Yeah, they were good. Poor Kyle had to drive, so he didn't get any mimosa. But again, I drank for both of us.
Yeah,
my husband's manager was there. He came to brunch. Our parents didn't. My husband's parents didn't either. So it was just oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see. Sorry.
That's insane. I know a lot of shitty people. And if I invited them to brunch, they would show up.
Yeah.
That is insane.
Yeah. Even a bunch of them went to a baseball game. That's why they didn't come. Chris's, my husband's parents and brother and sister-in-law and their kids all went to a baseball game. Their reasoning was, your wedding ended at midnight. It was a 1-day thing. So the next day they could do whatever they want. Our wedding actually ended at 1 a.m.
So it was the same day.
It went. And they
your
were just
wedding was actually a long time.
Well, and I'm these people came from out of town. You think you'd make it a 2-day thing, considering they're coming from out of province.
A lot of people with out-of-towners, they make it 3 days. They do the
day before.
Yeah, the day before. They'll do a dinner, and then they'll do the wedding, and then the day after they do the farewell breakfast.
Oh, okay. You know what? We're gonna get into this. You guys know what a rehearsal dinner is, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that a common thing? People understand a rehearsal dinner.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Because we booked our rehearsal dinner, and Chris's parents said that's not real. I don't care if I'm throwing them under the bus. We have a good relationship now, but this is a piss off for me. Yeah, and Chris's brother, who was supposed to be his groomsman, wasn't going to come down for the rehearsal dinner. And so that's when we basically said, if you're not the rehearsal dinner, you're not in the wedding. And Chris's parents decided to come back from Greece after being in Greece for 2 months, 3 days before the rehearsal dinner. And we were we don't want to hear about Greece at our rehearsal dinner. So he said, no, you have to switch your date coming home, or you're not coming to rehearsal dinner. So they didn't switch their date. I don't care if this is the fact that they were acting like that's not in their culture. Literally what they said, even though some of them are Greek and some of them are Quebec Canadian, which means they know what a fucking rehearsal dinner is. Like it's not like, and they did this, and so they didn't come to the rehearsal dinner. Fine, fuck them. None of them were involved in the wedding. None of Chris's family, and I felt like they were there, but it was. We have everything recorded. I have a recording of my cousin bitching about us starting late. Like literally, we our cameramen were everywhere. I have so much. And I have this one clip of like when we're all walking back down the aisle, we're married, everyone's happy, and then like my parents who were in the wedding come walking down, and then Chris's parents come walking out, but then it like stops because they weren't in the wedding, so they didn't walk down the aisle, and I was like, sucks to suck. Like, like I'm sorry. Like, wedding rehearsal dinners have been so common that they showed up in my best friend's wedding in the 1990s. So you had 30 years to know what a rehearsal dinner was. Yeah. Sorry. It's important when you're not doing a religious ceremony because it's not based on tradition. So
you need to know what shit is going on.
Yeah.
Like, that's what the whole point of rehearsal dinner isn't to practice your wedding. It's to be like, okay, this is the program for that day. This is where everybody's going to get ready. Like this is that. And then you have a dinner to celebrate. Yeah. That is what a rehearsal dinner is.
Exactly. Like we were running through, and like Chris and I wrote like our whole wedding thing. So like we even had like how we met in there, and our son read a thing.
Yeah, you have
there.
Like a slideshow and stuff.
Yeah, like we had so much like personalized that like you had to know what was going on. Like Kristen's parents saying a speech was last minute. Like the day of the wedding, they decided they wanted to make a speech, so we said sure. Chris and his mom dancing last minute. That dance was supposed to be with our son, but and our daughter, but that got obviously canceled, and because they both went back to the hotel early. So they had the song lined up, so his mom took the dance. You know, like we last minute incorporated them because they were there, but like they could have been part of that whole process and brunch and tasted that lamb if they had not been dicks at that point in their life.
Yeah. You know what? They're lost. They lost out on that lamb. Like,
yeah. My mom lost out on that lamb too. Like, she should have been involved, right? Like, she didn't. That's right. That bitch didn't even go to your wedding.
Yeah. Fuck that bitch.
She went to mine, but she didn't.
Yeah. She took me to your wedding.
Yeah. That was surprising.
Yeah.
I'm sad I didn't know you then, but also it would have been a weird age gap to know you then.
Yeah, I got married at 24.
Yeah, you would have been like,
you would have been like underage.
What? Well, how old are you now? 36?
7.
Oh,
we'll edit that out. But yeah, no.
Redacted.
We're 37, and you're 30.
I'm 31.
So you would have been 18.
Not bad.
You'd been fine. Yeah.
I just got pregnant.
Yeah, you'll be fine. If you want, we can do a redo and you could come. Although
I thought that's what was happening anyway.
Yeah, we're not doing like a redo wedding. We're just doing like a big anniversary celebration where people can come. Yeah.
No, that's awesome. I'm so happy. Like, I hope one day to be able to do the same.
That's right. Like, finger crossed.
I don't know, man.
It works out.
One wedding is good enough for me. Like,
okay, but you guys were already together forever before you had the wedding.
20 years first. Yeah.
So like your wedding was the anniversary.
It was your 20-year anniversary. That's what that was.
We got married for our 20 years. Yeah.
That's the thing now. People date before they get married, right? Like before it was like shotgun wedding. You like know each other for 2 weeks and then you get married. Like now, which is smart, you get to know the people. You're like, wait, like, should we live together forever?
I know. I'm always so thankful I didn't marry my son's father. Like, because that's what my mom did and my grandma did and whatever else. The first guy that knocked them up, they married, and so like I was, for me, I remember being like, he was like fine going to a courthouse to get married, and I just remember going, no, I want a wedding. If I'm gonna get married, I want a wedding. And because we're poor, I knew we'd never get a wedding. So was a good way to prolong it, you know?
Yeah.
That's why mine waited 20 years. Couldn't afford it until then. Like,
yeah, I know. I'm glad I didn't marry the first guy that knocked me up either. I'm pretty sure I would shoot myself.
Yeah.
And well, first I would shoot him and then shoot myself. It would be a murder-suicide. That's what that would be with. Oh my gosh!
I that almost was just from dating and living with him.
Right,
so,
that's me too. Oh my gosh!
You can imagine being stuck by a financial contract,
right? And like, imagine it was like 30 years before where I couldn't have my own bank account or anything like that. Oh my gosh!
I love that. I love
and
being
they stopped
like
giving women cocaine too to deal with it. Like it was a bad time for women. Like that's.
We lost everything. We like it's like, you know, if I'm gonna not have any rights, at least give me drugs. Like right, that's all I ask. That's fair. Is fair. Maybe that's why. Maybe like because like conservative policy is starting to become more and more mainstream, especially against women's rights with like Roe v. Wade and stuff. Maybe that's why all these places are making weed legal. Yeah. They're like, you gotta give these bitches something. That's like right. We can't. They're like, okay, like what? We'll push the wine mom narrative. We'll make lots of moms drink. Like
that's right. That's what it is.
Alcoholism.
Yes,
and then they'll drug them enough to not notice these things.
You know, notice. Except
that's a real conspiracy. Why don't people focus on shit like that?
Right, that's a real conspiracy. Drugging the women so they don't care.
Yeah.
Although, like the legal amounts allowed used in those shops are not high enough. Like, no. Yeah, no one's getting high enough to not care. That's not happening.
I mean, I get mine still illegally, so yeah. But
your stuff is so good. When I come visit, I'm gonna have to like come to your house and order stuff. Because they trust you.
Because they're they're because we do a lot of orders. But yeah, they're good. My hook you up.
I know, I like that. Like we make our own stuff and it's great and it's strong. But it's nice to like change it up. Like I can't do sour watermelon candies. That's not in my
expertise.
Yeah. I could do chocolates and I can do gummy bears and I can do brownies. That's it.
The stuff in Vegas was so weak. Like none of those joints made me like really high.
It was so weak and all you could taste was the bitter part of the wheat. Like so when you make like candies and stuff, you're not supposed to do the whole plant because it tastes bitter. And they just used the stems or something. All I could taste was plant and it was so bad. It was
well, I like bought pre-rolls and I like smoked them and like I, you know, like you'd feel it a little bit, but I was like, for smoking a joint that fucking big,
the whole
thing,
yeah,
and like trying it, like I was trying to like deep inhale or something, and like sometimes I'd cough and be like, okay, and it was still, I was like, for the price I paid for that, like I can get like 20 pre-rolls that do more here. So
yeah,
it was so ridiculous. I was a little disappointed. You're supposed to be the city of sin,
right?
And I thought marijuana was a gateway drug.
Yeah, their alcohol though. Let's be real. Their alcohol was on point. Like they really gave it to us.
They
like,
are
for the price we're paying. No,
yeah. Okay. Oh my god, that one chandelier place.
Oh my god.
Dollars like, oh, this place is so awesome.
We didn't even go to the chandelier. We went to a bar that was downstairs under it.
I know those fuckers. Like we got like 3 Diet Cokes or whatever. It was nothing. We didn't get too fancy of anything, and it was like $57. I thought we're like,
wait, 15.
I know.
Okay,
I was like 57,
and they were in little glasses. Like they weren't like big glasses or anything. They were at least strong. Slowly. So I was just sipping that slowly.
Yeah.
It was
in the dim light like little area, yeah.
And there was like people on their first date. That was cute.
I have a bit of a recording from that night that I'll attach to the end of this episode. So if you stick around, you might get to hear some drunken ramblings from Vegas.
Yay!
I can't remember what we talked about, so it'll be a surprise.
It was probably complaining about the drinks.
No.
Do you remember, Dawn?
You guys were like on me. You guys kept like lecturing me to get off my phone.
Get off your phone, you bitch.
That's all I remember.
Oh, that would be a good tagline ending then if we say that to Dawn.
Get off your phone, bitch.
There was that one girl that was confused about like what a word meant.
Oh, recreation versus something. I can't remember. And she was like, what does recreational mean? Yeah, it was what does recreational mean? Because I remember being like, for fun? Yeah. And she's like, oh, okay. And it's
like, was that like a big word? I don't know.
I don't know. Or maybe like I feel like someone offered her something recreational and she didn't know what that meant. So like she wasn't sure if it was like a serious job or for fun.
I need you to shoot this person recreationally. Just for funsies.
Okay. If someone told me that they wanted me to shoot someone recreationally, and I turn to someone and I go, what does recreational mean? And they go, for fun. I'm still gonna have questions. Like, shooting someone for fun mean?
You know, it's just like for fun.
Like, just when you have time.
Yeah. When I'm bored, and you want something to do. Just like,
for the experience.
Just target practice.
Oh, I hope she's okay. like in all fairness.
Yeah, we left her alone. Like,
she didn't ask any follow-up. She said okay, and then turned around, and I was like, okay. I'm trying to count $57 in American money.
I know, like, and it's dark, and we're just like, I'm drunk.
Like I was drinking earlier. Like,
yeah, our like big little like the drinks, the like
things.
Yeah. Like, what is this?
Oh, that was interesting. I should have got her name.
Just so we can talk about her.
Yeah, well, yeah, fairly. Yeah. I just have questions now. Like, what? Like, I was too drunk at that moment to really understand what was going on.
She has to be credited, so we.
Yeah, if you're that girl from that bar in Cosmopolitan, tell us.
Why you need to know the word recreational?
Yeah, just tell us that story. Yeah, I was gonna ask for something like to prove it was her, but you know what? It doesn't matter. You can lie to us if you have a reason why that woman was looking for the word recreational.
You ever pretend to be that woman? Just
fine. Yeah, I'm curious. What could they be?
Yeah.
If you want to be her, send us an email.
At opinionatedlushes@gmail.com.
Yeah.
So we were supposed to talk about our favorite 10 minutes. Our 10 minutes we relive over and over and over again.
And we just like missed that. Like we did really good. We stayed on topic for so long.
We weren't forcing it. We were like, okay, guys, we got this.
I know.
Let's all these 10 minutes. Let's
trying.
make it a day. Let's list all our things. What about things that we don't want to be things? We'll just talk about it. And then we just drifted.
There was a lot of energy wasted at the beginning. It was just, we tried so hard.
We were so close. I felt strong. Like I was like, we're gonna make this episode about this topic, and
it was only 10 minutes. That's the 10 minutes we'll replay because we tried really hard.
Yeah. Our listeners know. If you've listened to more than one episode, you know how hard we tried this episode. You could probably hear it.
Yeah.
Like, you understand how much effort we are putting in to stay on topic for you, the listener.
To be professionals. We're up to 1,000 listens now.
Oh yeah, we hit 1,000
more when this comes out, but we've hit 1,000, and like now we need to be professional about it. Like now we need to like buckle down and like get our shit together. Probably not.
While drinking. Yeah.
Drinking professionally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you're getting paid for it, that makes you a professional.
Yeah.
There we go. Professional.
Or if you're accredited in it, then that makes you a professional. So 2 ways. You either have to have a license or get paid. And I have my Smart Serve. Does that count?
It does now.
You don't need a Smart Serve in your own house.
Ah, damn.
Yeah. So.
We should create an accreditation program for professional drinkers.
Yeah. Like we get like a little piece of paper. I'll hand draw it. It's not going to be pretty, but like it'll be like little scraps of paper I find around my house. Like I have this like Amazon paper. It has a blank back on it. I can write license on that.
Be like, you can drink professionally. And if you're an alcoholic, well, you shouldn't be drinking right now.
That's right. Get the help you need.
Get the help you need. That's
then,
exactly
and
it.
then come back.
Yeah, come back. Look, these 2 bitches are sober right now. Well, not sober. Not drunk.
You know what our word should have been today? Bitches.
What?
Because Jessica said it like 4 or 5 times.
Okay, I didn't start the bitches. You said bitches and now it's stuck in my brain.
It was
Called us
like
bitches like 5 times. I'm like, okay, she's really comfortable with us now. Finally.
It took you so long to start calling us bitches.
Really? How long? What's the record?
I don't know how long have we been friends because like it just started.
4 years.
4 years? I tried my best not to.
Who came to my wedding? These bitches.
Yeah, I know. This whole episode, we're like the bitches. Like it's good.
I can't. I was watching 80s films right before this. They don't say bitches in those. I don't know. Dog said bitches once, and it just stuck. And now I can't say any other word for women, but without being derogatory. Okay, I'm a male podcaster now.
That's right.
The moment I stop crying, why am I crying? Men don't show emotion.
Right? That's right.
You good? You good?
Put your face on.
I'm only halfway done. Hold on.
What do they do? They like smack their chest like a gorilla. What do they do to like man up? Like, huh.
Well, that's the joke. Is like all these men are like, these corporate men don't do anything. You need to go out and take oil. And then it's like, dude, you're a podcaster. You're like, what? Like the corporate men you're complaining about are doing more than you are. Like you're what? Like
there's this song called, I think I told you guys, called "Stop Giving Men Microphones."
Yes,
and it's about the male podcasters.
Yeah,
who like it's amazing. I forget her name. Who sings it? My mind palace is shut down. I'm on my computer. Oh my god!
No mind palace. Could you imagine? When the internet shuts down, I'm just going to give up.
Her name is Sarah Hester Ross.
Okay.
And she's on YouTube. I listen to her on Spotify. I'm sure she's somewhere else. But stop giving men microphones. And, that's a message that we need to go into 2023 with.
I mean, that's literally one reason I think this podcast is great, because we have a female perspective about the same issues that men complain about.
Like being fat. I hate when my women get fat. Like, dude, I can't help it. Like, what do you want?
I have a genetic disorder. Thank you.
Right? Yeah. Like,
I like food just as much as the next dude. Okay,
I birthed children.
I'm still losing the baby weight. Okay, like it's
been 13 years. I think I'm getting more.
Dude, you need medication to keep your hair. Shut up. Like, fuck off.
I have to perm my hair.
I'm losing my hair, so I just keep shaving it and dyeing it funky colors. It tends to
hide it.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever. I
do.
Yeah. I mean, same with my skin. I just cover it in pretty pictures.
Yeah, just hide it.
Just hide it. That's as you get older. Just hide it.
Just hide it. That's why old people scare me. I hide them.
I just go in your house. There's a closet full of old people.
I hide them.
I see them on the street.
She's just collecting senior citizens.
I have them cataloged.
Oh my goodness. You're like, no old people in this town.
They're like, I thought this was an aging town and like there's nobody left.
No, it's an aging closet now.
But like eventually they turn into dust. So like you can in there.
That's what you used to build with concrete, and the rest of the town is just built off old people dust.
That's right. I don't know how like sturdy bone pieces are.
Mix it with concrete, and then eventually it'll be like a really haunted town.
Well, I can sprinkle my mom's ashes in them.
There you go. We found a place for her.
Take her out of the grocery bag now.
There's a purpose.
There's a purpose.
She can go with the other old people. I'll drop her. They can drop her off at an old age home. Like, listen, I can't take care of my mom anymore. she needs support.
In your grocery bag. You're like, she was under my sink the whole time. Here you go.
Can you take her out for walks, please? Oh, we're definitely getting canceled now.
Canceled when it's your own mom.
I don't know. People are like, oh man, they talk about weird stuff with dead bodies.
With our own family members' dead bodies. If we have them, who are you to judge?
That's right. It's my mother.
Yeah, the law said I could have the ashes. Therefore, all consent of that body is my decree. Who are you to judge what I do with the legal law says I can do it?
That's right. The law says.
Yeah. Yeah, the law says so.
I'm going to start pulling her in a wagon. We'll see how well that goes.
Oh, make her a TikTok.
Taking my mom on trips. I'm so sorry. Just like the intrusive thoughts win. I'm so sorry. Like there's like a waterfall near us. I could be like taking mom to the falls.
What I imagined was the wagon, but I was like on her own TikTok.
I'll do it on my mom's TikTok. I'm gonna have to make her a TikTok.
You just never talk. It's always just videos of like your mom doing things, like on a swing or a wagon, feeding the chickens. You know.
We're like watching the ducks go by.
Exactly.
I would watch that.
Bring her to a bar one night, you know, just have a picnic.
She's in a like it's not even in like a double bag, okay? It's just in a shop. I don't know how well those start biodegrading soon. It's gonna be bad. Like it's just there's gonna start being a trail. Like just
she's leaving a little piece of her wherever she goes.
Until I run out. What am I gonna do when I run out of pieces?
Oh, and then that would be the TikTok's final goodbye, like the last place.
I'll be carrying around an empty bag.
Yeah. You're like, mom's gone. Bye.
The show's over.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm not.
It'd be great content though.
Right? People are always doing weird shit. There's like we talked about this maybe the first episode, but there's like the ear licking. If people can ear lick fake ears, I can push my mom in a swing.
Exactly. That's the can-do attitude of the Saunya I know. Okay, so does anyone have any other 10-minute moments they want to live through? I can only imagine 10 minutes of this podcast during one of our bits where we're just constantly laughing. You're just doing that over and over.
There was one. It wasn't even that funny, but we just couldn't stop laughing. Like I'm sure there's a few.
Too many for me. Normally we start on something and then we can't even talk through it, but we're all on the same thought spectrum that we're making the connections. One of us will say like one word and that triggers the same thought through all of us. Then we start laughing and just nothing is actually being said if you're not on the same spectrum we are.
Laughing in code. Yeah. And then
telepathically,
our like laughs get so aggressive and like we're no longer laughing, but it's like a high-pitched screeching sound that only dogs can hear. Like that. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah. If you want to hear those laughing bits that I don't cut out of our episodes, you can hear those every Saturday after the episode airs on our YouTube.
Yeah,
Unopinionated Lushes.
Yeah, no, it's somebody else's.
Someone else's YouTube.
But like, I do.
Some people are dumb. Not our listeners, though. Of course,
not our listeners. but like, there is zero editing on the YouTube. Sometimes we get our silent, awkward hangouts. Like, yup. Just yeah, you gotta power through those. Okay, it's fine. Just power through.
If you don't want those, then you can listen to our regular episode.
That's right. Or you can fast forward. Yeah. Just like I don't like people watch us.
Apparently, good. I think they like it. I think they like the awkwardness. It makes us feel real.
Yeah. Yeah, we're real people. Real people. All right, I'm going to do my last little bit because next week, when this airs next week on Saturday, on the 17th, from 10 a.m. to 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll be hosting a live stream to raise money for 2 local organizations. Those organizations are epilepsy.
Epilepsy. I like that. Epilepsy. That sounds cooler, actually.
Epilepsy. Oh no.
Epilepsy of South Central Ontario.
Perfect. And 541 Eatery and Exchange Button Initiative. So these are 2 great organizations, and we'll be hosting this event on our YouTube. And you can check all our socials on our link tree, Opinionated Lushes. And then for more information about being a guest and donating for a commercial, this I don't need to say this because you've run out of time. This is going to be posted if you've run out of time. No, it's closed.
No, yeah, we're done. I mean, if you have a commercial, we might have open spots. So commercials, but yes, we're done. Sorry.
Yeah.
But some of your favorite podcasters might be guesting on that, depending on if we follow them on Twitter. So if other podcasts, you might also want to stop into our live stream. You might see them on there.
That's right. So even if you don't like us, well, you wouldn't be listening to us. You wouldn't hear this message. But if you like them instead,
I'm just saying, I always hear people that don't want to fight to defend Joe Rogan. A lot of them will be like, well, he has very interesting guests on. So I'm just using the same tactic where I'm like, even if they don't like us or they don't want to admit they like us, we have guests on. Cool guests.
We're going to have cool guests. Yeah.
Some of them are men.
That's right.
We have men.
You guys like men. They'll be there.
Okay. Yeah. So see you next week.
See you next week at our live stream. So, and then before that would just be an episode, but
whatever. Yeah, whatever. Fuck that episode. Come to our live stream.
Don't listen to that episode. Just come to our live stream.
Just skip it.